Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the Swamp Meadow Community Theater's February read through of A Midsummer's Night's Dream. Thank you all for joining us. I greatly appreciate it. Um, I am your host, Tyler H. Vigent. Tonight will consist of our actors who have signed up to participate previously, reading through the script of A Midsummer's Night's Dream as it scrolls through our screen. Midsummer's Night's Dream is in 5 acts, so we will have 4 5-minute intermissions between each act. I will introduce our cast and begin in a second, but before we begin, if you were unable to sign up and would like to participate in future readings, keep a lookout on our website and subscribe to our newsletter at swampmeadow.org/contact. Our monthly read-throughs are always on the second Friday of the month, and sign-ups are posted 2 weeks before then. If you have suggestions for future read-throughs, or have any inquiries, you can contact me at productions@swampmeadow.org. Again, that's productions, plural, at swampmeadow.org. I take any play suggestions as long as it's in the public domain and free. Finally, if you like what we are doing here and would like to support Swamp Meadow, we graciously accept donations. Go to www.swampmeadow.org/donations, or if you're watching on our website, hit that big donate button and make a contribution. In these hard times, we greatly appreciate it. And now, we present to you William Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream. Dooloo. That was fairy dust. Use your imagination. All right. So, Midsummer's Night's Dream. There we go. All right. Today, our actors include... Playing the role of Theseus...
Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons, betrothed to Theseus.
And perfect. And we've got next playing... I'll just go in order. Hermia, we have...
Hermia, daughter to Aegeus, in love with Lysander.
And playing Helena, we have...
Nika Shakhmaradova, in love with Demetrius.
And playing Lysander, we have...
Jed Radigan, in love with Hermia.
Next, we have...
Jonathan Safford as Demetrius, in love with Helena.
And next, we have Peter Quince, played by...
Rob LeBeau, Peter Quince.
Next, we have Snug, played by...
Robin Lofquist.
Hi, Robin. And next, playing the role of Bottom...
Meg Lancaster, Bottom the Weaver.
And next, we have Snout, played by the wonderfully talented Stacy Swift. And Stacy. He's somewhere. He'll introduce himself later on, I guess. All right, next playing Oberon, we have...
Dale Miller, in love with himself.
Next playing Titania, we have...
Judy Kirkhoff, playing Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
And up next, we have Puck, or Robin Goodfellow, played by...
Justin Taylor.
Nice to have you, Justin. And last but certainly not least, we have playing an assortment of fairies, as well as you are Starveling, I believe.
Right? Yes,
Yes,
Starveling. Yep, Starveling, Moth, Mustard Seed, and Moonshine, and Fairy 1 and...
Perfect. All right. And that is up. And
I'm
we
also
are
playing
about.
Flute the Bellows Mender.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we had a little bit of a casting change and whatnot, but don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. We are on our way. And now, Swamp Meadow Community Theater proudly presents William Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream. I will also be reading the stage directions, but don't worry, I will not be getting in the way of the heavy action, because this is a very action-heavy play, as you all know, as one of William Shakespeare's most popular comedies. Scene 1, Act 1, Athens. A room in the palace of Theseus. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Philostrate, and attendants.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. Oh, but methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate! Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. That pale companion is not for our pomp.
Exit Philostrate.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Enter Eugeus, Hermia, Lysander, and Demetrius.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, the daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And this, my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love. With bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
Well, what say you, Hermia? Now be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, and whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in a shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Now thrice blessed they that masked their blood to undergo such a maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next moon, the sealing day twixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Oh.
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes, every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to. Oh, we are.
Oops.
I'm sorry, did I skip around? All right, where were we? I would my father's. So is Lysander. I'm so sorry, folks. Give me 1 second to look where I am. All right, Lysander, what monologue were you in the middle of? Was it this one?
He was doting.
Doting. All right. Upon. Jeez.
I'll start again with the doting.
The doting.
Yes.
Was it? Am I on the right page?
Lord.
I am my lord. Okay, thank you so much. My bad.
All right. Devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, Look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up to death or to a vow of single life, which by no means we may extenuate. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns ourself.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
Exeunt all but Lysander and Hermia.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgraft in respect of years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Or else it stood upon, apologies, or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice. War, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as a lightning in the collied night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever crossed, it stands as an edict of destiny. Then let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue. She hath no child. From Athens is her house remote, 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Enter Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Oh, you may, fair. The fair again and say, Demetrius loves you fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Or what favor so? Yours would I catch, fair Hermia. Here I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Mere the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my praise could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Without fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time, as I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell. He hath turned a heaven into hell.
To you our minds will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the waterly glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
In the wood where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia.
Exit Hermia.
Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
Exit Lysander.
How happy some of other be, though Athens I am thought as fair as she. But that of that, Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as to heirs, doting on him his eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, thinks base and vile, holding no quantity. Love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is wings Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure and heady haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in no choice he is so soft beguiled, as waggish boys and game themselves forswear. So the boy is loved, and perjured everywhere. He hailed down has that he was only mine, and when his hail some heat from the Hermes felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will not tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will be tomorrow night. Pursue her. For this intelligence, if I have things, and this is their expense. But here I mean I to earlish my pain, to have his sight teethen and back again.
Exit Helena. Scene 2, the same. A room in a cottage. Enter Quince, Snug, Bottom, Flute, Snout, and Starveling.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call him generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to the point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and merry. Now, good Peter Quince, I call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready, name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison's gates, and Phibiscar shall shine from far, and make mar the foolish fates. Whew, that was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. The lover's more condoling.
Yes. Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is a lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let not me play a woman. I have a beard coming in.
That's all one. You shall play it in the mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my place. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney, oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker. Tom Snout the tinker? He must be tinkering. Come on, Snout.
Yeah, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you if it be given me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar, or that I will do any man's heart good. Hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
If you should do it too terribly, you would frighten the Duchess and the ladies. They would shriek, and there would be enough to hang us all.
That would hang us every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so, and that I will roar as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you and twir any nightingale.
You will play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come them by tomorrow night and meet me in this palace wood, a mile without the town by moonlight. There will we rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged from the company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties, such as our play wants. I pray you will not fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect, adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we'll meet.
Enough, hold or cut bowstrings.
Exeunt. End of Act 1. Oh, thank you, everybody. That was entertaining. So we are going to take a short 5-minute intermission. So get your popcorn, get your root beer, get everything out so you can enjoy Act 2. We will be back with Act 2 at 7:35. See y'all then. Whoop, nope, sorry, wrong screen.
Tyler.
Ow. All right, folks. Well, we're taking our 5-minute intermission. I'd like to tell you guys a little something about what Swamp Meadow's putting together. Can you feel it? Spring is not too far away, and we want to welcome it with a show. That's where you come in. We are planning a variety show style production similar to Foster Volleys for Friday, April 16th at 7 p.m. after Easter and after Tax Day. We are looking for performers as well as a host/MC for the event. Will be entitled our Spring Soiree. Fancy, fancy. Please check out swampmeadow.org/audition for more information. Videos should be it's a audition based process that will be going to a panel of judges, and you submit like a short video or whatnot. And deadlines are early March, but you can find more information on our spring soiree at swampmeadow.org/auditions. We will be back at 7:35. Stay tuned.
Never mind that. I want it so I talk. Never mind, I can't be bothered with this and that. And can I talk now? All right. It says mute though. It says mute. It says
Oh, dang, that's pretty. I wasn't expecting that. Good one, Dave. Dude, that sounds pretty all right. All right, so it is currently 7:35, and we're going back into it. Dave, I don't know how that looked on the stream, but I heard it on my end. So if you want to do that between acts, by all means.
You betcha.
And Dave, can you tell us a little bit about the music that you're playing? Because it has a history with this production.
Okay. Yeah. Midsummer Night's Dream was what, about 1606 or something when Shakespeare wrote it and when he performed it. Then around 1845 or so, Felix Mendelssohn decided to write some incidental music to it and even some vocal parts to it. The piece I just played, I think it's in Act 2, and it's when all the fairies are singing a lullaby to Titania, putting her to sleep. And you can hear the flutter of the violins as Titania is swapping away at bugs, and it infuriates the fairies, and it inspires them to sing this song as they put her to sleep. Midsummer Night's Dream, it's also famous for the piece of music that they traditionally play at every single wedding after the vows are swapped. You know, bom, 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 bom. So that comes up
Very
later.
nice. Very nice. Well, thank you, Dave.
Mendelssohn, Midsummer Night's Dream. Dearly
Look it up.
recommend.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and we'll be hearing some more from Dave from Mendelssohn upcoming. So, without further ado, let's start Act 2. Hey, that rhymed. That was pretty good. I could write an iambic pentameter. All right. Act 2, Scene 1. A wood near Athens. Enter a fairy at one door and Puck at another.
How now, spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coats spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors. In those freckles live their saviors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thy lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the kern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometime make the drink to bear no harm? Mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck.
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest aunt telling the saddest tale. Sometime for 3 foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips in loft, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here, my mistress, would that you were gone.
Enter Oberon at the door with his train, choo-choo, and Titania at another with hers.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady, but I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India, but that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress, and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus, for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing that I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Perigea, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Agles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopeia?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer's spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or on the beached margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows up fatted with the murrian flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound, and thorough this distemperatures we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hime's thin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's golden sands, mocking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood do you intend to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide downright if I no longer stay.
Exit Titania with her train. Choo choo.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove, till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest? Since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that a rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not. Flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal, throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it would pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on, in maiden meditation fancy free. Yet marked where I the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. A maiden's will call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Exit Puck.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she sees waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey or busy ape, she will pursue it with the soul of love, and ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible. I will overhear their conference.
Enter Demetrius, Helena following him.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen into this wood, and here am I, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet with Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron. For my heart, it is true as steel. Leave me your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And yet, even for that, I do love you more. And I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse a place can I beg in your love? And yet, a place of higher respect with me than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of ones that love you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place, with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege for that. It is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds your company. For you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run them from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do the mischief. Fie, Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal in my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and were not made to woo.
Exit Demetrius.
I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Exit Helena.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love.
Enter Puck.
Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Hey, there it is.
I pray, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine, with where there, there sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. I'll take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by his Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Exit. Scene 2, another part of the wood. Enter Titania with her train. Choo-choo.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with ermice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
Fairies, sing!
You spotted
You
snake.
spot
Yep.
you spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blindworms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen.
Mel with melody,
Sing in our sweet lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby.
Never
Never
harm,
harm,
never
nor
spell,
spell,
nor
nor
charm.
charm. Come, our lovely lady nigh.
So good night with lullaby.
So good night with lullaby. Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not near. Worm nor snail do no offense.
Philomel
with melody.
Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
Exit fairies, Titania sleeps. Enter Oberon.
what thou seest when thou dost wake.
Squeezes the flower on Titania's eyelids.
Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear. Pard or boar with bristled hair, in the eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake then some vile thing is near.
He exits. Enter Lysander and Hermia.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off, yet do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart can make of it. Two bosoms interchanged with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much betray my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
With half that wish the wisher's eye be pressed.
They sleep. Enter Puck.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid, and here the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw, oh, the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
He exits. Enter Demetrius, Helena, running.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril, I alone will go.
Exit
Oh,
Demetrius.
oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. Ah, the more that my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed the attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright, not with salt tears? If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear. For beast that met me run away for fear. Ugh. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly the presence thus. What wicked as dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's very eye? But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you're alive, good sir, awake!
Ugh. And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say so not. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes I with her have spent, not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed. The reason says you are the worthier made. Things growing, are not ripe until their season. So I, being young, till now ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not, though isn't not enough, young man, that I did never, no, never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? But I must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth, you do. In such disfaithful manner me you to you. But there you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you Lord for more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man's refused should of another therefore be abused.
Exit.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated most of those they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
He exits.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Hide me for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away. You sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak. And if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
She exits. End of Act 2. All right, everybody, we're going to take a 5-minute intermission. Once again, if you didn't get popcorn or root beer in the Act 1, might as well go get it now. I could go for a root beer, but I don't think I have anything. Thank you, Dave, for the accompaniment. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. And I did this incorrectly last time, so I'm going to say, upcoming, we have our Spring Stream Soiree auditions. Soiree, I hope I said that correctly. Can you feel it? Spring is not too far away, and we want to welcome you with a show. That's where you come in. We are planning a variety-style production similar to Foster Follies for Friday, April 16th at 7 p.m. after Easter and before Tax Day. We are looking for performers as well as a host/MC for the evening. Here are... Nope, I'm not going to read the notes. That would be silly. You can go to swampmeadow.com. Swampmeadow.org/audition. And look up the Spring Stream Soiree for more information. We're accepting videos, and the deadline for the videos is going to be March 8th. So please check that out if you're interested in showing off your talents. We love to see new talents, and our Foster Follies show went over very, very well. Lots of really, really good, nice people came out to see that and participated, and we greatly appreciate it. So we hope to see you at the spring soiree. All right, we'll be back shortly, folks. All right. Really, really good music choice. What do you think? What do you think, Milton? Do you think the Athenian lovers in the forest are gonna be star-crossed, and things are getting awry with the fairies and whatnot? And what of Bottom and the other players? Look, he's so interested to learn more. Okay, he wants to go away. So that was my cat, Milton. Um, Putting him in the spotlight. He hates it when I do that. All right, folks, we are getting into Act 3 of William Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream. And let us begin. I hope you got your popcorn. I hope you got your root beer. Because now we're into Act 3, and this is the good meat of the play. Things get serious. Wah! Act 3, Scene 1, The Wood. The Queen of the Fairies still lying asleep. Enter Bottom, Quince, Snout, Starveling, Snug, and Flute.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in an action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince?
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Larkin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device that will make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will not do harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of their fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, ought you consider to yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wild owl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell us he is not a lion.
Now you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, I am not no such thing. I am a man as other men are, and there indeed let him name his name, tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Oh, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things, that is to bring the moonlight into the chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it does shine at night.
Why, then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in that casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bunch of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through a chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rust cast about him, to signify wall, and let him hold his finger thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
Enter Puck from behind.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What a play toward! I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors.
Odors savor sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Say thou but hear a while, and by I will appear to thee.
Exit.
A stranger Pyramus and ever played here.
Exit.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew,
Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all that your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus enter, your cue is passed. It is never tire.
All right, here we go. Oh, as true as truest horse, that yet would never tire.
Enter Puck and Bottom with an ass's head.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange, we are haunted! Pray, masters, fly, masters, help!
Exit all the clowns.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh, and
That's it.
bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run away? This isn't knavery of them to make me afeared.
Enter Snout. Enter Snout.
O Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Exit Snout. Enter Peter.
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
He exits.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear that I am not afraid. The ousel cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his notes so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The flinch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full of many man doth, who dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, so the truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I'll gleek up the occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed. Enter the four fairies.
Ready!
And I.
And I. And I. Where shall we
Where
go?
shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal!
Hail.
Hail, hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom!
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same coward giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house, I promise. Your kindred hath made mine eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance. Good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
Exit. So this is currently what bottom looks like right now. Also another picture of what bottom currently looks like right now. Scene 2, another part of the wood. Enter Oberon.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was what next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity.
Enter Puck.
Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed on his head, anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy as wild geese, that the creeping fowler eye, or russet padded caught many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, to sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost to with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenians' eyes with the love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Enter Demetrius and Hermia.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I would chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bring more shoes and blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a mispraised mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
They exit.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
He lies down.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprison thou must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer. With sigh of love that costs the fresh blood dear, by some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm her his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
He exits.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, and with his love he doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, and if she be by, beg of her for the remedy.
Enter Puck.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond passion see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then will two at once woo one? That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me, that befall preposterously.
Enter Lysander and Helena.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look when I vow, I weep, and vow so born. In their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
Do advance your cunning more and more, then truth kills truth. O devilish whole fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her over? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in 2 scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
No, none, in my mind. Now you give her over.
Demetrius loves her. He loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. Thy pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou hold'st up thy hand, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. Oh, if you were civil in new courtesy, you would not do me such much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men are in snow, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super paralyze my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. Ugh, you both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes. With your derision, none of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind. Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all good will, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to my bequeath, whom I do love and will do to my death.
Never did Marcus waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Enter Hermia.
Mark night, from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine ear, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I have fated, brought me to thy sound, but why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, what would not let him bode? For Helena, who mooring gilds the night, than all yon fiery oars and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjured all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Inferious Hermia, most ungrateful maid. Have you conspired? Have you with these controverted to bait me with this foul distrusion? Ugh! In all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have child, the hasty, thoughted time for parting us. Oh, is all forgot? Ah, old school days, friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler sitting in one cushion, both warbling in one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together like the double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries mounted on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart, two of the first, like coats in heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one chest. And will you rent one ancient love asunder, to join with man in scorning with the poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidly. Our sex, as well as I, my guide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not said Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? It made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her hates? And therefore does Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent. What though I be not who in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despite.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Perceiver, counterfeit, sad looks make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other, hold a sweet jest up, the sport, when carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
You do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw, or prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you Ethiop.
No, no, he will seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing. Let loose, or I will shake thee from thee like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathsome medicine! O hated potion, hence!
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What, can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me! What news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me. Oh, the gods forbid! In earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from a gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you Carnterfeld, you puppet, you!
Puppet! Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewdness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her?
Lower, hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so better with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did I ever keep your counsels, never wronged you? Save that. In love into Demetrius. I told him of your stealth unto the sword. He followed you. For love, I followed him. But he had child in his hands and threatened me to strike me, to spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now? So you will let me quiet so? To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see now simple and now fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was vixen when she went to school, and now she be little. She is fierce.
Little again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf. You minimus of hindering not grass maid. You bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
Exit Lysander, Demetrius.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
She runs away.
I am amazed, and know not what to say.
She exits, pursuing Helena.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest. Else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it so did sort. As this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one comes not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows doth counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath the virtuous property to take from hence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. And when they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair that do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will give her charmed eye release from monsters' view. All things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest day should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must for a consort with the black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I within the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with the fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Exit Oberon.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Enter Lysander.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Exit Lysander as following the voice. Enter Demetrius.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak. In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars and will not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
Exit. Enter Lysander.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in dark and even way, and here will rest me. Come, thy gentle day. For if but once thou show me thy great light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge the spite.
He sleeps. Enter Puck and Demetrius.
Ho, ho, ho! Coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest, for well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and dares not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then, thou mock'st me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Lies down and sleeps. Enter Helena.
A weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may be back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eyes, steal me, while from mine own company.
She sleeps.
Yet but three? Come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Enter Hermia.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
She lies down.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy.
Squeezing the juice in Lysander's eye.
When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Exit Puck. And that is Act 3. Whew, some stuff is going down, folks. Lovers are going back and forth. I don't know who loves who. This is literally like a TMZ soap opera sketch or whatnot. I'm at the edge of my seat, folks. Well, we are going to take a 5-minute intermission. We will be back at 9 o'clock for you. Stay tuned for Act 4 of William Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream. See you then. 5 minutes. All right. And we are back. Kind of back. Going to do a little something for y'all. Just something that Swamp Meadow has been working on. All right. Coming this spring to most major podcast platform providers, Swamp Meadow Community Theater presents Cyrano de Bergerac in Space. An all-new adaptation penned by me follows the epic tale of the original Renaissance man, Cyrano de Bergerac. A cadet on the starship Duroc, Cyrano is brave, clever, and sharp-tongued, and yet he knows that he will never find love, for he possesses a hideously long nose.
You just unplugged.
For in space, no one can hear you sneeze. So that will be releasing sometime this spring. Specifically, Let me get the date. Episode 1 will be airing April 20. Yep, just wanted to make sure. Episode 1 will be launching April 26th. Then you can check back at swampmeadow.org and most major podcast platforms once that happens. All right, folks, we are back for Act 4 of A Midsummer's Night's Dream, written by William Shakespeare all those years ago. All right. Act 4, Scene 1, The Wood. Lysander, Demetrius, Helena, Hermia are still asleep. Enter Titania, and Bottom, Fizzlebottom, Fizzleblossom, Cobweb, Moth, Mustard Seed, and a bunch of other fairies attending. Oberon behind is unseen.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready!
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Monsieur
Ready.
Cobweb?
Ready?
There you are. Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur. Get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your neath, Monsieur Mustard Seed, I pray you. Leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing good, monsieur, but to help however the cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face. I am such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear for music. Let us have the tongs and bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch on your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather had a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let not none of your people stir me. I would expedition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
They sleep. Oberon advances. Enter Puck.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For in meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and for that same dew which sometimes on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. And when I had my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, and then I did ask of her the changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him away to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp off the head of this Athenian swain. And then he awakened when the others do. May all to Athens back again in repair. and think no more of this night's accidents, but as fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen.
Touching her eye with an herb.
Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou was wont to see. Diane bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead. Then common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, ho, music, such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound, music!
Still music.
Come to my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereupon the sleepers be. And now thou and I, now new in amity, will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in the Duke Theseus's house triumphantly, and bless it with all the fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus in all jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
And then my queen in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Exit. Horns sound within. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Aegeus, and train.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now, our observation is performed, and since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester.
Yes, my king. Exit unattended.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near, seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. You judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius's, this Helena, old Nadar's daughter. I wonder if they're being here together.
Ah, no doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
Horns and shout within. Demetrius, Lysander, Hermia, and Helena, wake up and start up.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord. He and the rest kneeled to Theseus.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world? That hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking, but as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone to Athens, where we might be, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena and fancy following me. But my good lord, I would not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health come to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will more hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit, and for the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3 will hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
Exit Theseus, Hippolyta, Eugeus, and train. Choo-choo.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not my own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
They do so and exit.
Bad. When comes my cue? Call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho, Peter Quince, flute, bellows mender, snout the tinker, starveling. God's my life stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to see what dream it was. A man is but an ass if he go about to expend this dream. He thought I was. There's no man can tell that. He thought I was, and me thought I had. But man is but a past fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, the man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor is he to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing it in the latter end of the play before the Duke, peradventure, to make it the more gracious. I shall sing it at her death.
He exits. Scene 2, Athens, a room in Quince's house. Enter Quince, flute, snout, and starveling.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too, and he is very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Enter Snug.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom, thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom, oh most courageous day, oh most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not, for if I tell you that I am not a true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps, meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let this be have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, so they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. I do not doubt but to hear them say that it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
Away! They exit. And that ends Act 4. Away they go indeed. All right, everybody. Whew. We are wrapping it up. So we're going to take one last 5-minute intermission, and then we will go on to Act 5, the conclusion of William Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream. 5 minutes, everybody. We'll see you in a sec. All right, and we are just about back. Hope you had a nice 5-minute intermission as we will mission. Hope you had a nice 5-minute intermission. We are about to start Act 5 of A Midsummer's Night's Dream. Please, if you like what we're doing here every single month, these are our monthly read-throughs. We do a read-through on the second Friday of each and every month. And if you like what we're doing, please go support Swamp Meadow. We graciously thank you for your donations. If you'd like to donate to us, please go to swampmeadow.org/donations. Or if you're watching on our website, there should be like a big donate button on the side of the screen. We greatly appreciate it in these tough times. And we'd like to still be here to support you guys and to continue doing what we're doing. So thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. And now, without further ado, let us present our conclusion of A Midsummer's Night's Dream by William Shakespeare, Act 5. Act 5, Scene 1, Athens. An apartment in the palace of Theseus. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Philostrate, lords and attendants. Dun-dun!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in the brow of Egypt. The poet's eye in a fine frenzy rolling doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would be but apprehend of some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to be a bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Enter lovers, Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena.
Ah, here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and our bed time? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Calling Philostrate. I guess we never got a Philostrate. Here, mighty Theseus. Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is no brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first. Giving a paper.
The battle with the censures to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Nah, will none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Scroll, please. Scroll. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Ha! That is some satire, keen and critical, but not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. Ah. The surrealistic imagery of Vogon poetry? Oh, now you're just driving me crazy here. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love, Thisbe, a very tragical mirth, merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
And what are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
Exit Philostrate.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Oh, my gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect, take it in might, not merit. You know, where I've come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents in their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence, yet I picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least, speak most, to my capacity.
Enter Philostrate.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Well, let him approach.
Enter the prologue.
If we offend, it is with our good will, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end, consider that we come but in despite, we do not come as minding to contend you our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you should like to know.
Well, this fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt.
Thank you for the rehearsal, but he hath rid his prologue like a rough colt's. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who's next?
Enter Pyramus and Thisbe, a wall, the moonshine, and a lion, as in dumb show.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall. That via wall did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn present this moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Nisus' tomb there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe come first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereas with blade, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely branched his boiled bloody breast, and Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. And for all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large the course, while here they do remain.
Exit prologue. Pyramus, Thisbe, lion, and moonshine.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Shh, silence.
Enter Pyramus.
Oh, grim look night. Oh, night with hue so black.
Sorry, the microphone. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Meg.
All right, thank you. Oh, grim look at night. Oh, night with you so black. Oh, night, whichever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, thou standest between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink. to blink with mine eye.
Wall holds up his fingers.
Thanks, courteous Wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what can I see? No Thisbe do I see? Oh, wicked Wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The Wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sure he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue, and she's to enter now. I am to spy through the wall. You shall see it. It will pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Enter Thisbe.
O Wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now I will to the chink. To spy. Yeah, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. And like Lymander, I am trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Cephalus to Procrus was so true.
As Cephalus to Procrus, I be true, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, Wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus Wall away doth go.
Wall away doth go. Pyramus
Now-
and Thisbe.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse. If imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent man. Ah, here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
Enter Lion and Moonshine.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I as snug the joiner am, a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
Oh, a very gentle beast, and of good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox
For his valor, true, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
Ah, his discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. Well, it is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This landlord doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This landlord doth the horned moon present. Myself the man, I the moon, do seem to be.
Now this is the greatest error of all the rest. This man should be put into the lantern. How else is it that he's the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would change?
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
Enter Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb, but where is my love?
Roar!
Ah! Run, it's a lion!
Well roared, lion.
Well roared, well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
The lion tears Thisbe's mantle and exits.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Enter Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by the gracious golden glittery beams, I trust to take up the truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spiteful mark, poor night! What dreadful dole is here? Eyes do see. How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furious fell. O fates, come, come, cut, thread, and thrum, quail, rush, conclude, and quell.
Oh, this passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion frame, since lion vile hath here devoured my dear? Which is no, which the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, first confound out sword and wound, the pap of Pyramus, I that left pap, where the heart doth and thus die. Aye, thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled, my soul is in the sky. Sun, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
Yeah, he dies. Exit Moonshine.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace. Man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
Well, with the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her love?
Oh, she will find him by starlight.
Enter Thisbe.
Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A note will turn the balance, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means videlicet.
Asleep? My love? What? Dead? My dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! Speak! What? Dumb? Dead? Dead? A tomb not a word. Come, trusty sword, come blade, my breast imbue, and farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
And moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
No, I assure you the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a burgomask dance between two of our company?
Ah, no epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, never excuse. You know, for when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But come, your Burgermask, let your epilogue alone.
Here, a dance of clowns.
The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, and as much as we this night have overwatched this palpable gross play, hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed! A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
They exit. Enter Puck.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf bee howls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl screeching loud puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite, and the church way paths to glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Enter Oberon, Titania with their train, choo-choo.
Through the house give glimmering light. By the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First, rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place.
Song and dance. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And then the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hair lip, or scar, nor mark prodigious such as are. Despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweetest peace. And the owner of it blessed, ever shall its safety rest. Trip away, make no stray, meet me all by break of day.
Exit Oberon, Titania, and train. Choo-choo.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else a puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
The end. Yay! Oh, thank you guys. That was so good. I'm gonna stop sharing. Hi, everyone. Ooh.
Mickey Rooney's first role.
Wait, really?
Yep. There is like 1,000-year-old film cut of it, and you can barely make it out in parts. But Mickey Rooney was Puck.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
He's the most
And he-
age appropriate. Most of the actors in it are like way too old to be playing the people they're playing.
I think he was like 11 or 12 at the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's how long ago it was.
All right,
He was
everyone.
a kiddo.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. I'll go. Well, I'd like to thank the cast. Thank you, David. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Nika. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Meg. Thank you, Marin. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Judy. And thank you, Justin. And thank you, Gabrielle. I really appreciate you. You guys did a heck of a job. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had as much fun as I had.
Thank you, Tyler.
We did. It was fun.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
thanks,
inviting us
Tyler.
all.
Yeah, no problem. And now I guess I'll end the evening. Because I have to, because we're still streaming. And that's it. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you to everybody, and thank you for tuning in. We will be posting our March sign up soon, so please stay tuned. And let me just say, beware the Ides of March. I'm Tyler H. Vision. I'm Tyler H. Vision, and please, Vision. I am Tyler. I can't say my name. What is my name? I am Tyler H. Vigent, and have a pleasant evening and happy holidays to you all.